Rachel King and Mike Schaefer coming to you with the second edition of Say Anything, the video component of our newsletter. So today we're going to chat about the socialization of TV. It's something that we've heard a lot of buzz about lately with the 2012 season starting up. A lot of them are, we can see during the show, they're saying tweet at us or tweet at, the contestants or vote this, vote that. So we just wanted to discuss sort of how that's taking over that social component in the television space and how the traditional and the social are combining.
And what's really amazing about the socialization of TV is how TV used to be a really static medium. That you would sit on your couch, maybe have a bowl of popcorn or some food in front of you, and you just watch TV and sort of zone out, and that would be your entire experience. But now, watching TV is really truly a four-dimensional activity where you're seeing, you're hearing, you're watching, and you're talking with people, not just sitting next to you, but also around the world. Sometimes watching the exact same show that you're watching at the exact same moment. So something that used to be a very private experience is now really, really shared.
Yeah.
I think one of the main impacts of this is the loss of water cooler talk. Remember, just a couple years ago, Lost, like everyone would come in the day after Lost was on and talk about that show. And
now that's 24 hours, that's ancient history.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So TV is really all about the now. And we've prepared 8 ways, or sort of 8 factors that have contributed or are a product of the socialization of TV.
Mm-hmm. So the first one is webisodes, whereby they'll tell you to go to their website for exclusive content or a continued storyline or something along those lines. And I personally have never been one who's hooked on these. I'm either watching TV or I'm on my computer, but I'm probably not doing both at the same time. So I always just said, oh, I don't need that. But Top Chef started doing it, and I think they finally got me. Now Top Chef has an online off-television ongoing competition where all the people who've been kicked off already are competing for one spot to come back. And I want to see that. So there's finally, webisodes have gotten to the point where they're now compelling enough that even people like me are tuning in.
And it's great to see that they're resolving the storylines online.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just watch for 60 minutes, it's extend your experience with the brand. Go to our website,
right.
Download this content you can't get anywhere else.
Like we always tell our clients, if you're going to give someone a call to action to go to your website or your Facebook or these properties, you have to give them value. And that's exactly what they're doing here.
Exactly. So the number 2 reason, and probably the most visible, is hashtags. Twitter hashtags are all over TV shows.
Every TV show has a hashtag, whether they designed it or not.
Exactly. It started with USA, HBO, TNT really popularized it, and now broadcast networks have the hashtag. It just sort of, usually in gray,
mm-hmm.
really quietly in the corner of the screen, sort of inviting you to follow the conversation online.
Yep. Third, I just broke my television, so I've been watching a lot of Hulu Plus lately, and I noticed that whenever the show starts or during the commercial, it will pop up a comment on Facebook and invite me to share my thoughts or share what I'm watching with my friends and family on Facebook. And I thought that was a really interesting integration that I didn't know about.
Yeah, and coming soon, Netflix is going to be introducing live streaming onto Facebook. So something that used to be on your TV, then went to your computer, is now going to social media as well. So seeing how Netflix has been able to sort of fight up against the blockbuster syndrome of being siloed into one medium.
Well, they have to get out of their own way first, but maybe this will help them save face given everything that happened last year.
It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, definitely. A very obvious one, social voting. We've been voting on American Idol forever via text, but now we've seen shows asking us to vote on Twitter because it's a public forum. They can do that. Which one did you say it was?
The X Factor.
The X Factor, who's also the most social television show according to the surveys that just came out.
And what's really great about that is that previous text voting was almost, I think, limited to your different cell carrier.
Yeah.
This is really platform agnostic. All you have to do is have a Twitter account.
And texting costs money for a lot of people. Twitter is free. So.
Exactly. All right. One of my favorite new social tools that has come out is a website called Trendr.tv. Trendrr.tv. And every week they showcase a list of the broadcast and cable TV shows that have achieved the most buzz, the most conversations through Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Oh, they have a whole gamut of networks that they pull from. But what's really interesting is they also show sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
So you can tell, oh, this episode of Glee got a lot of people talking, but 80% of the talk was negative. So that really goes to show the difference between volume and meaning behind it.
And it's very important because, yeah, the positive and negative is a whole different ballgame when you introduce sentiment into it. One of the most obvious is Get Glue, which is actually a social network specifically for television and movies. You check into the media that you're watching instead of checking into a physical place. So you're checking into the activity that you're doing, which in this case is television or movies, a specific show.
My favorite part about what Get Glue does is that they have stickers for each show. So if you're watching the latest edition of How I Met Your Mother, they'll send you a sticker that has a screen grab from that episode, and the digital version has a synopsis of the show.
Yeah.
And once you get 20 virtual stickers, you can apply to have them send you actual stickers.
That's so cool.
Which is really neat.
It's like seeing that tangible reward from it.
Yeah.
Even if it's small. It's fun. And finally, live tweeting. Not just people who are live tweeting the shows, although there are bloggers and people who do that, but the actual celebrities from the show often. I know Anthony Bourdain does this, and you had mentioned...
Kira Sedgwick live tweeted the finale of The Closer this past summer. I think there's a lot of reality show stars that do that as well.
They have nothing better to do. They're promoting themselves. That's what it's all about. So yeah, that's a great example as well. They're getting, even at the top level, these people involved, because that, of course, will have a big pull for people to watch the show and to watch it in real time. A lot of us use DVRs or Hulu or all that stuff. So in this case, there's now an incentive to watch it that moment. So the advertisers are getting more bang by having a celebrity live tweet it as well.
Absolutely. Well, that does it for our 8 ways TV is becoming more and more social in 2012. Enjoy the rest of the written part of Say Anything, and check back next month for the next edition. And we'll see you right here on our video blog too.